Now, this is, of course, just the beginning. They are now claiming that they are going to be leaving. They're going to be prepared to leave. So like good children, or bad children, actually, anytime that somebody doesn't want to play with you, or somebody says that you don't get to share their toys, that's fine. We're just going to take our toys and we're going to go home. We're going to get out of here. We're going to go back. We're going to play by ourselves. We don't need you anymore. That's essentially what the cops are saying. NYPD police prepare to leave the force. NYPD officers say they are ready to leave the force. No one has their backs amid nationwide efforts to restrict law enforcement. I read some stats recently. I think the NYPD, I think their budget's like 4 million. Billion with the B, 4 billion. I think LAPD's budget's like 1.8 billion. There's literally tens of thousands of cops. There's all sorts of police organizations, the Fraternal Order of the Police. The police have more support, more donations, more politicians in their pockets, bigger unions, more money, a monopoly on force. People go crawling to law enforcement agencies to get their votes when they're running for office. It is something that every single news agency, they're always doing these hagiography pieces on these officers who are, heroes just for showing up to work. God, we're cops. Every day we put on our badge and a gun, we have no idea what's going to happen to us. Even though we know from data and statistics, being a cop is like not even in the top 10 most dangerous jobs that exist in America. Construction, hanging power lines, fishing, going on for these salmon hunts up in Alaska and things are like 10 times more dangerous than anything that a cop does. And those people show up to work and they don't ever, hop on TV and complain and bitch and moan about not being recognized enough. I mean, where do you see nurses out there, even after the coronavirus thing, the nurse union going out there and saying, we're tired of something, whatever it is, for a problem that they created? No, it's just the cops. They act like such tough guys, but they have the most fragile egos of anything. Guys, your departments are a mess. It's filled with racism and corruption and injustice. You are the problem. You should weed out your own bad seeds. And then you can come and talk to us. What are you doing? What are you doing, Mr. Union Boss, to do something to reform your own internal policies? Or are you just going to stand up there and scream at the rest of us? No one else will back us at this point, says this agency, the Sergeants Benevolent Association. No one else will back us at this point. You've already got backing from everybody. Okay, people are pissed off now, and rightfully so. You've already got a ton of backing. They're trying to dismantle a little bit of that. Chiefs taking knees, humiliating themselves. Honestly, we feel alone out there. NYPD officers are leaving because of too often being under the microscope by the Civilian Complaint Review Board, the Internal Affairs Review Board, and other police watchdog groups. They're too often under the microscope. It's really hard to be under the microscope, All we're asking you to do is do your job. And if we have to monitor you to make sure you're doing your job, yeah, I get it. That's a huge burden. So we're just going to go ahead and let you do whatever you want to do. And good luck to you. Now, when we come back and we actually have some things that we want to say, hey, you know what? You're not doing something right. Maybe we're going to go ahead. Hey, we pay your bills. You are our employee. We are your employer. We pay the bills. We get to decide what contracts with the different unions and different agencies we want to enforce. We don't like your performance. We're going to ask you to change that. The fact that we're asking you to do what society has mandated you do is not leaving you alone. It's not leaving you out in the wilderness. We're just asking you to have some accountability. That's all that it is. And so for these guys, no one has our back. We feel alone out here and we're going to leave. Then go. Then leave. Then get up, pack your toys up, take your ball, throw your little temper tantrum, and get out of here. It's fine. A friend of mine said it best on Twitter, James. He said, sometimes the trash takes itself out. And yes, the people who want to leave, the people who recognize that change is coming are the ones who want to run. They want to run for cover. And that's okay. we can let them go. Let them go. We don't want them around anyways. We want a new set of reputable, honest officers on our law enforcement teams.